Hey, all right. How are we doing on this fine, cloudy, rainy, schmutzy, humid, 52-degree Monday? But it's all good. It's all good. Everything is just fine. Adre. Yeah, Adre. We'll call him Adre. AJ Greer gets a 3-game suspension. And let's see what we had yesterday in scores. Here we go. Jets 3, Rangers 2. The Avalanche beat the Caps in overtime. The Preds beat the Blackhawks. The Hurricanes annihilated the Penguins. The Islanders shut out the Jackets to cool their jets a little bit. Golden Knights over the Stars 3-2. The Quackers beat the Sabres in overtime. The Lightning lost to the Flames in overtime. And the Mammoth beat the Kings. And so what do we got? We got the Bruins at 86 points, and we got the Islanders at 85 points as the wild cards. The Sens are coming fast at 81. The Wings are out at 84. And the Flyers have won 3 straight, and they are making an attempt. They are definitely making an attempt. They're going to have to win 4 or 5 more in a row to make it close. How we doing, scientists? Good to see you, bud. Mikula, Belinskas, Lundell, Reinhardt, Gadjevich, Kachuk, Marchand, and Semiskevich not practicing today. Jeez. Hey, Ryan. Yeah, AJ Greer, right? They removed Mikula's locker stall, so I assume he's out for the remainder of the season. Yeah, let's just hope we're good for next season, right? And Greer gets his, yeah. Oh, he posted it on X. Gotcha. Hey, Simon, how you doing, bud? I think 3 games is about right. 3 games is about right. Yeah, that's what I think. Exactly, Colin. The real question is Mikla going to be out for part of next season as well? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I kind of feel like maybe they would have told us already. But we'll see. Predictions for the games this week. Simon, let's see. What do we got? We got the Kraken, the Wild, and the Islanders. I don't see many wins there, especially if Mikkel is out, which obviously he is. Maybe Sunday we can beat the Rangers, but that's the second of a back-to-back. The wins will be few and far between. The beatings will commence. Yeah, Colin, I would assume Horvoka for Mikula, right? Size for size, I would hope. Oh, what are the line combination? Simon, I don't even know who's on the roster anymore. I'm kidding. No, kids. I forgot totally that Gregor and Studnicka were even down there in the AHL. Tank season is on, Braves fan. Hey, Ryan. Yeah, Buffalo and Tampa lost in overtime. They'll be fine. Right now it would be Lightning Canadians. The Lightning, I think, would brutalize the Canadians. What about the Canadians and the Sabres? I don't know. Right now we have the 9th best lottery. Yeah, the Wings tried. Exactly, Kenneth. The Wings tried, but it don't look so good. I mean, they got a negative goal differential, a -3. They can still do it, but we talked about this before the Olympic break. Their schedule was brutal. Mikla said, scientist says Mikla's out 4 to 6 weeks. Paul Maurice. That's good news. Okay, thank you, scientist. That's really good news. Not as bad. Okay, so he can just start his rest and relaxation protocol now. Good stuff. Surgery not needed. Big sigh of relief. Outstanding. Thank you, Eyes. Good stuff. Jelly says the Panthers need to let the Kraken, Leafs, Sharks, and Jets and Blues pass them. Now, here's an interesting dilemma. An interesting dilemma is that it's within the realm of possibility. While it's not necessarily likely, it is within the realm of possibility that the Panthers could land a lottery pick with the same number of points that a playoff team from the West. Is that possible? I think so, right? It might be possible. Can that happen? Can we get a lottery pick with the same number of points that a team made the playoffs with in the West? I think that that's possible, right? Trent says we need to get a defenseman and free agents. Second, I'll be back. Hold on. I don't know why my Ethernet cord keeps doing that. We should be good here. Our Panthers goal differential is negative 23. So not as bad as the Leafs. But pretty bad. Pretty bad. Real says just bring up all the worst checkers players that aren't needed for the Calder run. Yeah. Uvis is out with a fracture, and he's also 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see you next year, buddy, right? Like there's only 3 weeks left in the season, right? Hey, David, how you doing, buddy? Goat Slayer, send me an email right now. Please take a look at it after I read this comment. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. Do I have that email open? I do. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Go. You sure it's okay to open that up? You sure it's okay to open that up? Kenny says, I want to see the team that wins the lottery have the same points or better than the team that wins the cup. What did I look at here? Something looks funky with it. It's all blurry. Send me another email. Go send me another email because I'm confused. Maybe it's just me. Send me a little bit of an email explaining it. It's looking all blurry to me. I'm not sure if it's just me. Scientist says Samoskevich suffered a pretty bad laceration against the Oilers, so he's out at least 7 to 10 days. So basically almost the rest of the year. You tripped getting out of bed this morning. That'll happen. So Craig says trade draft pick for straight up for a starting player from another team. Where? For what? Next to Bennett and Kachuk? Hey, David. I'm not sure on that. We're getting close to it. I might do something tonight on the men's channel. We'll just see how it goes around here today. It's just Donna's working 5 nights a week now straight, 5 days straight. So she gets so exhausted. All right, Goat. Hold on a second. All right, hold on a second. Let me. Okay, now I see it. Now it's come up. Just give me a second. I see. Yeah. It's interesting, Goat Slayer. It's very interesting. I think I will do a stream for the men's channel tonight. It's interesting that would come up now. Circumstances have arisen in the last couple of days that leave me in the space of just let others do and be and say whatever they're going to say and don't take on that energy. And I'm not specifically just talking about this thing, but it's not any of our jobs to make people act right or make people treat you right. It's very interesting that would happen. I appreciate that, Goat, very much. Trent says, do I think a first round pick would be enough for a goalie? I mean, if it was a lottery pick, maybe, but I don't suppose. I mean, we still need to sign Bobrovsky, right? It'd be nice if we could get that extension done. I don't know that they're going to re-sign Tarasov. I'm not feeling it. Metal says, kind of crazy since we won't make the playoffs this year. We still haven't lost the playoff series in 3, soon to be 4 years. I like it. That's one way. You can't lose the playoffs if you don't make it, right? Craig says it would depend on which team wants the Cats pick and who they have. I really don't think Brady wants to bail on Ottawa. He wants to equal Chucky without needing Chucky for a cup. You might be right, but I just don't know that. This cord keep doing this. Jeez. Sorry, guys. My Ethernet cord just keeps popping in and out. It really shouldn't. Hey, Bob. Yeah. Good. Not good that it's 4 to 6 weeks, but no worries about next year. We finally, Vincent, 4 to 6 weeks, no surgery. Yeah, I appreciate that, Goat. Yeah, it's very interesting. I'll email you, Goat. It's incredible, ironic timing. You wouldn't believe it. I just taped the cord in. I can't because I can't because I always got to. I got to get another lap. I got 2 more laptops. These have been beat to shit all the years, carrying them around all over the place. This is the laptop I have to bring downstairs. And so the cord is all the way wrapped around the stairs, and it's a mess. I'm almost gone again. Damn it. Thank you, Vincent. Hold on a second. Let me see why this is happening. Hold on. What? I need freaking help. I'm over here having a good day, and this is just bothering the shit. Come on now. Stay. Why I gotta mess with this? Huh? Stay. Just freaking stupid cord. Why is it doing this? Oh, all right. It should stay. Stay. Huh? I'm in a good mood. Why are my equipment trying to mess with me, huh? All right. So, how was the gym update? Hey, good question, Simon. I actually got my ass up and went to the gym this morning at 7:00. Good job. Monday. Yeah, Craig, Mondays. No, that's okay, Deborah. That's the perfect question. Sam Miskevich suffered a nasty cut, and he'll be out 2 to 3 weeks. Audio still only. Hold on. Kenneth says it's still audio only, but I'm still frozen. All right, I'm going to back out. Hold on. Yeah, it's doing it again. All right, hold on a second. Jesus. I need this like I need no hole ahead. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. All right, we should be good. I see that, Vincent. All right, do I need a hole in the head because I know a guy? No, I got plenty. Oh, I can't. You guys might not be able to see it. Hold on a second. This is where Kyle. I got this picture from Kyle today. The screen's all cracked, so you can barely see it. But there you go. That's where Kyle is. Epcot. He's at Epcot today. Yeah, I'm back. Put your pants back on. Yeah, exactly. I know what goes on behind my back. Trust me, I know what goes on behind my back. It's a blessing and a curse. All right, so we're back. All right, so Greer got 3 days. And, of course, the hockey world went batshit crazy because 3 games is just not enough because he's a Panther. It's amazing. It's amazing how many people use the Department of Panther Safety slogan. Yeah, exactly, guys. Trent, you see the Oilers losing in the first round? I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, exactly, Vincent. I took off my socks. I think this is Vincent. Every time Vincent chats, the internet goes away. What in the hell is going on with this cord? Eyes. AJ had been suspended once before. I'm not touching the laptop. I'm not touching it. So don't ask me to look anything up. I'll look it up on my phone. I don't know what the hell's going on with the thing. As soon as I touch it, it's all Vincent, most of the time I don't even have pants on. You know? You want me to put my feet up? Vincent, do you have a foot fetish? Do you want me to put my feet up to the camera for you? Providence open for a Minnesota versus Buffalo in the final. That's not a bad idea. That'd be pretty good. Colorado versus Buffalo would really be good. Funfish. I did not see I saw the thumbnail, but I didn't watch the Justin Timberlake stuff. You always wondered if I wore pants. Demonic. Yeah, no, I got pants on. I got no reasons around here to take my pants off, so we're good. We're good. Although it is hot as hell in here. I put on this sweatshirt. I forgot that it's still warm. I got to get a Panthers tank top. That way, because I know Vincent likes it when I don't have a shirt on, so I try to meet him halfway. Yeah, Frank, 4 to 6 weeks, so he's okay. No surgery for Mikkola, so that's good. So what do we got? 13 games left. See, I'm just going to look it up on my phone. I ain't touching my computer. It don't want to work. So what do we got? 13 games left. God, it's going to be a long. When's the last game? There's 13 games left. And the last game is April what? April showers. April 15th. So 3 weeks. What was the league thinking? Only having one game tonight? Oh wow. Well, yeah, that's the NHL. Who was my pick for the Western Conference Finals? Man, I was hoping San Jose, but I know that is not happening. I don't know. I kind of feel like Colorado has a little bit of an advantage because they only have to beat one of Minnesota or Dallas. I kind of feel like Colorado, honestly. Not sure I trust Vegas. Edmonton, I don't think is going to have the gas to do it. And the other teams that we're dealing with, just looking at the standings. The Mammoth, Ducks, I don't trust the Knights. The Oilers, no. The Kings may or may not get in. The Kraken may or may. I think it's Colorado. Because Stars and Wild are going to play each other. They're going to beat the crap out of each other. And all Colorado has to do is, right now, it would be Colorado and the Kings. That's interesting. Kenneth, Oilers have no gas. Leon's out at least until the playoffs. Yeah. Colorado's prime. One second. Goat Sayer says Colorado is primed with the Kadri pickup. McKinnon doesn't have to do as much, even though he will. Yeah, Colorado's in good shape right now, to be honest with you. Yeah, exactly, Simon. I'm barely touching things. I says I'm just glad that now when I search YouTube for Florida Panthers win Stanley Cup, I don't just get video game clips. Right? Yeah. Yeah, the Islanders and Wings. The Wings are choking. Right? Hey, Boulevard. So to me, I kind of feel like the 3 is about right. There's you can do something stupid without the intent to injure, right? Like, I don't think Greer actually meant for the guy to slide into the board's head first. Any of us watching it in hindsight would be like, well, you could kind of see like that's what might happen. I wouldn't have, I didn't even touch it. I didn't even touch it this time. I wouldn't have been shocked at 5 games, but 3 is okay. I didn't even touch it that time. I don't know what's going on with this cord. It's got to be my cord. Here it goes back again. That's weird. Like, the cord is not moving. Maybe I got dirt in there. Boulevard says, I think the only reason Greer got suspended at all is because Agudas and Greer has a suspension history. Yeah, he cross-checked Mike Hoffman to the face one time and got a game for that. Vincent says, Colorado should get it easily, but they somehow find ways to lose. They should have won that years when Tampa won the first cup, and last year they faded for no reason. Well, Rantanen was the reason. Yeah, that didn't help. Scientist says, Lundell's listed as day-to-day. Not much there. They don't want to risk it. Marchand did his test and is doing a doctor's tour. Reinhardt is currently getting tested. So that's interesting. That means they still don't know about whether or not he's going to have surgery or not, huh? Maybe Stinky is wiggling the cord. No, I don't. I looked. I really looked. I don't see. There's nothing touching the cord. I've got it in its normal spot. Maybe today I'll just buy a couple of new cords. Maybe I'll just buy new laptops and See, what I honestly should do, but it's such a pain in the ass. I need to hire somebody to come and run the Ethernet cord through the wall, and so I've just got an Ethernet port in the room. It's really what I should do. I'm too cheap for that. So I have a 200-foot cord that stretches from the modem downstairs on the other side of the house through the living room where we stream, up the stairs, through the hall, and into here. It works. Laura Bullard says, I can't wait for the Leafs to trade Matthew Nyes to a good team. And Steve just melt like Frosty the Snowman. He gonna be pissed if that happens. I don't know what happened to him this year, but it is. Also, who's going in for Greer? Don't know yet. I wonder if they'll bring up Studnicka or Gregor. Like I said earlier, I forgot that they were even on the team. I don't think they want to bring Vilmanis back up. Who knows these days? It could be Jack Devine. It could be Sachin. Who knows what? I mean, we could just hold tryouts. I mean, we just picked Reinhardt off the street. Like, anything can happen at this point. Where's Mark Pesic? It's going to be a crazy. I mean, these next 13 games. Bowler says, I think Columbus could upset and throw this entire playoffs into chaos. They're so damn streaky, right? If they could hit it at the right point, they've got to keep moving now. They don't have time to cool off and start back up again. They've got to just continue to ramp up. Burns says, I'm glad for the players that they'll have a long summer vacation away from hockey. They deserve it after winning 2 cups in a row, and their body needs that rest. Body and mind, no doubt. Kachuk has talked about it, how, mentally getting up for the games. And even Maurice has led on lately. I mean, even Maurice can't play the coach game where, you know what I mean? He's having to admit, you guys have played a lot of hockey. There's no way around it. Dennis says, looking outside at the snow, wishing I was at Epcot today. Jeez. Yeah, he went on Spaceship Earth. He went on Test Track. Oh, here we go. Here we freaking go. There's the food. I don't know what he's eating, but yeah, this is what I get. This is what I get. I just showed that to the stream. He's having a little. I'm happy he's having a good day, right? He went boogie boarding yesterday. He had a great time. I'm on the third line tonight. I can skate. I can't skate. I can't skate backwards. It's Mongolian beef. So they're eating at Epcot because there's Mongolia at Epcot, right? So I guess it's Mongolian beef. Well, that's pretty freaking good. Except I see broccoli. No, I'm good. Bowler says the Leafs were very, very close to trading Nyes to the Canadians at the deadline, but the deadline concluded, so it didn't happen. If they would have traded, I mean, that's a complete sellout. Now, it's one thing if you've got guys that you're going to move on from, but to trade them to a division rival that's up and coming, I mean, I think everybody in the Atlantic is glad that didn't happen. Nyes on the Canadians, that's not pleasant. Vincent, if Carolina loses in the conference finals again, I don't even know what game they're playing. They have $64 million in cap space today. 64? How's that? How's that even possible? So he's eating lunch. He's telling me. And then they're going right into soaring. Or did you mean 6.4? You mean 6.4, Vincent? I don't think 64 seems right. You were playing golf yesterday and saw a few of the guys playing golf. Good for them. They needed time off. I says, I'm watching old Jaws videos of him reacting to us winning the cup, and it's making me feel better. That I appreciate that. That one came up in my feed, the first cup that came up in my feed a couple of days ago. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. Do I talk about Fluffy in that video? Because that's why I didn't watch it. I didn't know if I was talking about, Fluffy getting ready to pass. I can't watch that stuff. The second one I can watch. The first one I still haven't watched the whole first parade and all of that. I couldn't do it. Wilbur thinks the Mammoth are absolutely going to destroy the Ducks in the first round. The fact that the Ducks, it's just crazy. My son at Froggen says, my son asked how many times I think the Panthers can win the Cup over the next 5 years with the contracts we have. I think 2 more times is doable. I think we've proven 3 is awfully difficult. I think 2 more times is doable. Michael says, it sounds like the Carolina owner doesn't care about winning as much as making money. He said that's got to be 6.4, right? That's coffee, weed, and Red Bull. Oh, Sachin was injured in January, still hasn't been back. Gotcha. I can be like Doug Glattengoon and just stand to block pucks and hit. I can skate. Just don't ask me to skate backwards. That's it. Right? And I gotta play with it. I gotta have a bubble. I can't be risking this getting hit with pucks and sticks. No, I gotta have a bubble. Kenny says Epcot has around the world area. Yeah, with all their countries and food, right? I know he just Nige did just get that new contract. To me, that's the guy you kind of would want to build around, right? Am I shocked the Kings are on the outside looking in? No. It's so tight in the West, and none of those teams are really all that good. How many overtime points does Vegas have? 14. 14. Wait a minute. The Panthers have 34 regulation wins. The Knights have 32 and are snug in second place. That ain't right, man. That's not right. We actually have, am I reading that right? Yeah, we got 34 regulation wins. All those games we didn't get to overtime. Burns says, when I was younger, I used to lie to people and tell them I was actually surfing with a regular surfboard, but it was a boogie board. It was just too complicated to explain to them what a boogie board was. Yeah, I had that happen a couple times. I said, I just grabbed my board and went. Like, oh, you surf? I was like, well, I kind of boogie board. When you say you're bored, they just assume it's a surfboard, right? Like, I ain't going out there and getting eaten by sharks. Bob says, if we put Mixie on LTIR, we have the cap space to give Barkov a couple of games. I don't know that I want him anywhere near the ice. You know what I mean? The way that this season has gone, I don't really know that I want him anywhere near the ice. I'm probably big and fat enough to be an effective goalie. I just stand in front of the net. Very true. Yeah, the Pacific is absolutely a joke. Kings at 8.4 in cap. Okay. I was going to say 64 million in cap seems a bit much. Still 8.4. That's a huge amount. Kenneth says, I've seen the Lightning Leafs video series many times. Kyle shaking the maple keys in Jaws' face while he's saying it's always Tavares. Oh, my God. That's right. That's right. We're not going to get that this year. Damn it. Well, I got my Alex Lyon sign. Is that it? No. No. When we do, I've already called it. Okay. I got my Lion sign right here. So Kyle can just pick the other team. He'll just have to pick another team. Kings have 17 overtime losses. Jesus. Well, there's no boogie boarding around here, Simon. I guess if we went to Ocean City, I guess there could be. But they got sharks in these waters, in the ocean out here. I'm not going out here. Bowler says, yes, you are. I'll take it because Vegas is my team, but it really helps to change the playoff seeding around. I mean, that's just wild. We're going to be a lottery team with more regulation wins than a team that could finish in second place. They're enforcing paying for parking through an app now? Jesus. Where is that, Mr. Vids? Real says the Sharks should leave you alone. You're one of them. Just avoid the dolphin pods. And the manatees. The manatees will scare the hell out of you. Craig thinks Barkov deserves some ice time. He's busted his butt and missed the entire season so far and the Olympics. Yeah, I just worry about, I don't want to say it. Don't even want to say it. Hey, Alechka. Oh, yeah, if we win the draft lottery, boy, the hate that we're going to get. Like, I want to make that video. Vincent says, regulation wins is a tiebreaker, so we need to tank real good. We don't have the secondary stats. Oh, boy. Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, because the teams that are below us, the Leafs have 29 wins. The Rangers have 28 wins. Blackhawks 26, Blues 28, Jets 29, Canucks 21, Flames 29. I mean, the Kings would be in the playoffs, or could. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could make the playoffs. They've only got 28 regulation wins. They got 17. Good Lord. We have the same number of regulation wins as the Oilers. And then, of course, Colorado and Dallas and all of that. Bulber says, you have to treat Barkov like Landeskog right now. By no circumstances rush him. Right. Bill says, I want to keep that pick so bad. I want to watch everyone, especially the Blackhawks fans, lose it. Well, they will get it back, right? So I think it's then next year. Marchand's would be next year, and then the Chicago one would be 28. I think that's how it works. And really, it really should be. Yeah, the Canucks are 20 points behind. They're safe. Bottom 3 is achievable. Everybody else is close. Yeah, 67. Yeah, it's Winnipeg, right? Like, they're still desperately trying to make the playoffs. They lost. They won the other day. But, we'd like to finish behind them. Use the pick and trade for nice. Craig, now that's cruel. Bennett, can you imagine Dangle having to deal with Bennett, Kachuk, and Nyes? That's cruel. And we could afford them too. It's not a bad idea. There's no way but I guess I would say there's no way it would happen. But if they were willing to trade him to Montreal, they're willing to trade him anywhere, right? Yeah, hopefully the pick we give them later won't be as good, right? Bolvar says there's 3 things in life that are guaranteed. Your birthday is just an ordinary Your birthday is just an ordinary day. Star Wars is better than Star Trek. And Mark Stone going on LTIR right before the playoffs. Pretty much. Yeah. And yeah, Star Wars is definitely better than Star Trek. Sure. Greg went from being against the tank to wanting to torture the Leafs over it, right? Be cruel. Give him Sam Miskevich. Well, we would have to, right? Oh, wait. There's Sam Miskevich for Nyes is not. It'd have to be something else, right? Is David here? We could trade Rodriguez. Oh, there's David. He says Star Wars and Star Trek is like soccer to hockey. I will say the Star Trek movies were pretty good. I will say that. They were pretty cool. It was pretty fun to see the Star Trek movies on the big screen. That was pretty good. What, Kyle texted me again here? Oh, no, that's not. I see. Well, Samuel Fernandes is a fair deal. He comes with a cup ring. Hey, Anthony. How you doing, buddy? Kenneth says the average team has 6 shootouts this year. The Flyers have been to 13, Pittsburgh 12. Everyone been to 3 except Utah, who's never seen a shootout. Definitely more boobs than Star Trek. Well, yeah, because Captain, Shatner was Captain Kirk was a dog, man. Whatever planet he went to, he was there. You know what I'm saying? Trent says you'd love to see the Sabres or Blue Jackets make the Cup final. If Buffalo actually pulled that off, I'm just not sure about the goaltending. I don't know. Figuring out how to be a good regular season team and figuring out how to win in the postseason are 2 very different things. But you've got the Lightning, you've got the Canes in terms of teams that have been there, done that in the playoffs. Boston only missed the 1 year, right? So they're going to go up against some teams at some point that have a lot of experience. Anthony says, if a team has to constantly go to a shootout and not win regulation, is that conducive to play successful playoff team if they make the playoffs? I guess it depends on how it's happening. If you're constantly having to go to the shootout because your defense sucks, and every time you get a 1-goal lead, you give up a goal and you're going 5-5 to overtime, that's not real successful in the playoffs. If your defense is so great, but you have limited scoring and you keep going to overtime 1-1 or 2-2, that can translate to playoff success because everybody's scoring goes down in the playoffs for the most part because defense wins championships. So it just depends on how the team is getting to overtime. And, like the Canes, I'm sure they'll play every game for overtime and just see how it goes, right? How did they do this year in terms of overtimes? 6. God, they got 45 regulation wins. Or 45 wins, I should say. Don't know how many of those are regulation. But, jeez, they've had a hell of a year. Real says, I feel like Buffalo will get killed in the first round. Not enough experience with playoff hockey. I guess it depends on who they play, right? Like right now, they would play the Bruins. Is that right? Yeah, right now they would play the Bruins. Um, that's a good matchup, honestly, because I think all things being even, the Sabres are a better team, but the experience will make a difference. Kenny says, did someone remind the Sabres that they have to play 80 to play more 82 games if you have an okay team, just in case they don't know? They made plans already. So Vince says, what about Pittsburgh? They got Skinner and Crosby and can they will tear a hole in the time-space continuum into existence, was what I think he's trying to say. Pittsburgh has to make it. Pittsburgh has to get in. That's where if I'm a Pittsburgh fan right now, Pittsburgh's got to get in. 86 points. The Jackets and Islanders right under them at 85. The Bruins are the other wild card team at 86 points. So the Penguins, if they slip up, I still don't think they'd be out, right? Yeah, they're not going to be out unless the Senators come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, the Wings at 84 points. Yeah, Pittsburgh's got to make it. They've got to get in. They've been in that second hole almost for a while now. But the Jackets, I know they lost yesterday, but they're coming hard. Bulvar says Boston has not enough bodies to handle Buffalo. I think Buffalo is just going to be so freaking maniacal for being there. And he says, how about this scenario? Everyone else is good, but the goalie is constantly late. No, you're not winning with a bad goalie in the playoffs. Can't be done. Unless you have got an offense that's going to score 6-7 goals a game in the playoffs. You have to have, at the very least, very good goaltending to win. Bolvar says, yeah, you're ready for 2 less preseason games and 84 regular season. Is that next year? Jeez. Well, I'm ready for the fewer preseason games. To kind of waste the time. You know what I mean? Like, especially like with what Florida did this year. Real says, so who are you rooting for in that Tampa-Montreal series? Yeah. Kyle and I will have to pick. And by pick, I mean we're both going to want to root for Montreal. I have a feeling, and this is not good, but I have a feeling that since I'm going to insist on picking Buffalo, I'm probably going to get stuck. If it's the Lightning and Canadiens, I probably would get stuck picking the Canadiens. So I'm hoping that Boston, and then it would be Lightning in Boston, and then I can pick Boston. That's easy for me. And Kyle will get stuck with the Lightning. I get to pick my own. In fact, I'm just making that a rule now. I get to pick which teams I'm rooting for, and he has to deal with whatever I pick. I like that. That sounds better. It's never going to happen that way. Anthony, right now, we should be getting a top 10 pick. Right now, unless we do something really stupid, by that I mean winning games, we should be having a top 10 pick. We're in the top 10 now. I suspect it could even get to where it's closer to top 5. Ryan says Buffalo can't beat Vasilevsky in the playoffs. We'll see. Go look at Vasilevsky's statistics in the playoffs the last 2 or 3 seasons. It's not pretty. Any memories or feelings about Boston Market, Blockbuster, or Toys R Us? I did not like Boston Market's food. I did not like it at all. Blockbuster, yeah, sure. Spent a lot of time looking for movies at Blockbuster. Toys R Us, I wasn't. When the kids were growing up, we did so much yard sailing and stuff that I didn't buy anything retail. We'd find so much new stuff at the yard sales and estate sales. I can count on one hand how many times I've been in a Toys R Us, and 4 of those times would have probably been looking for something specific that my daughter had requested. But to buy Lego sets and all of that stuff, we find it at yard sales every week, and it was great. And somebody would get a Lego set for Christmas, and it'd be brand new, and Grandma would sell it for $5, and we bring the kids home a Lego set for $5, and they'd have plenty of entertainment. Anthony says, Jaws, I don't like Tampa, but I'd rather stay loyal to the state and cheer for the Lightning. I'd rather stub my eye out than cheer for the Canadians. Well, see, I have a different perspective. I grew up. I knew a lot of people from Montreal because of where I grew up, especially where I had my apartment. Because we were right on the Dade-Broward County line, and I had my apartment in Hallandale Beach. And certain times of the year, it was all French Canadians. I had a lot of friends. They were good people. So I don't have anything against them. And Tampa fans hate us. Not the Tampa fans here, right? But no choice. Kyle and I are going to have to pick one of the two. And right now, I would pick Montreal. Yeah, we had both Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. Yeah. Real says, I think we'll lose plenty. I'm worried about some of these other teams that are close losing. Yeah, like the Kings, Devils, Kraken. Yeah. The Jets still have playoff hopes, though. They're still on the bubble there. Last time I experienced something I couldn't explain. Every day, this house is haunted. I suppose I can explain it by saying the house is haunted. But every day we're sitting somewhere in this house and you hear footsteps and I heard the door closed the other day. Yesterday, might have been. Yeah, there was nobody home yesterday. Not sitting in my recliner in my chair. Somebody walked up the stairs. House is haunted. So every day. Trent says, I can't root for Tampa. I know. It'd be a sarcastic rooting, right? Yeah, the Jets are 5 points out. They're on the bubble. Like it's probably not going to happen, but don't tell them that, right? And it's because who they're 5 points out of, right? So, who's got it? Is it 5 points out? Yeah, because so the Preds have that spot. 1, 2, 3, 80. So the Preds have that spot right now. So, the Preds could easily drop a few and the Jets could win a few, right? Guitarco says, I believe you, bud. Some houses are more active than others. Yeah, it is what it is. We're just used to it. It's okay. I don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Leia's always seeing shit. I should get one of those, what are the things that the ghost hunters have? Like the little triangles that make all the noises and everything. Hey, Bucks, how you doing, bud? Kenneth, I know the Preds just quietly won a few games, lost the game, won a few games, lost the game. The fact that the Jets are 29, 29, and 12 and they're only 5 points out, that sums up the West in a nutshell. You know what I mean? The fact that they're, they've got one fewer points than we do, right? Because we have 71, the Jets have 70. And they could legitimately get in. I should do a late night ghost hunting live stream, maybe get a few gadgets. Yeah. But see, for me, I wouldn't be very good at it. And the reason why I wouldn't be very good at it, well, I might be good. I would not fake the stuff. So like a lot of the people, they do it and they enhance it and they fake, like I wouldn't, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like I would want to do stuff like real. And then that means if something happens, it's real. Yeah, no eyes, no, no. I do not have any issues attracting that kind of attention to the point where I definitely would not do that, eyes. No, I'm good. Michael says dark horse teams: Mammoth, Sens, Ducks. The Sens are another team that could. What are they? 5 points out. 5 points out with a game in hand. Yeah. Panthers played the Sens twice, so that's 2 wins right there. Get an Annabelle doll. I already got a Sasha doll downstairs. If he starts walking around, I will film it. If I start finding him in different areas of the house, then I will set up cameras and we'll see what he's doing. Have I played with the board before? No. Have I? I mean, maybe. And I don't even remember doing it. It just seems unlikely that I wouldn't have. Like maybe at some point in my young teenage years, maybe once. I certainly wouldn't sit here and say, oh my God, I've never done it. I don't remember it. But if one of my friends said, no, remember that night? I'd be like, yeah, okay, I take your word for it. Hi says, I swear that doll moves on his own. Well, he took the year off too. You notice we only brought him out a couple of times early in the season. And I said, okay, you rest. We're not wasting Sasha's power on this season. That's for sure. Anthony says, Dodge, you know what it is for me is I had bad personal experience with Canadian hockey fans. Gotcha. Hey, everybody's a product of their different experiences though, right? Right? Your friend told me that they now have phone apps that help detect stuff like ghost hunting. Huh. Yeah, I've seen a couple of the things. Some of it is so fake, it's so bad. You know? I remember my daughter and I always get a kick out of this. Years ago, when the stuff was on TV, the ghost hunting. I forget which show it was. But we had gone to Disney that day, just her and I, and we were in the hotel because we were spending the night and going back the next day. And we were watching one of the shows. And it was about 3 or 4 bubbles, and they all talked like this. And what they had was they had a magic triangle. And when the triangle lit up, that meant that there was a ghost around. And like the whole show was like these 3 country guys with carrying around this little triangle with the little lights, and it was just so stupid and so fake. But every once in a while, we'll crack the joke about I'm going to get my triangle out. Funny the things you remember. Greg, you play with them early in the teen years. Sasha could use some company. Vincent says, so did you play with the board that took you and swiped your memory? That's possible. Bucks, right now, if I'm placing money, I would say Colorado. Right now, I would say Colorado, maybe Tampa. I want to say Buffalo, but I don't know if they're going to have what it takes to go the whole length to just win the cup the first time that you've made it to the playoffs like that. That's going to be, I mean, even the Panthers had to get knocked around a couple of times, right? Oh, a center? Boy, Anthony, that to me would feel like the least likely thing would be a center. I think we need to draft a defenseman. Yeah, we talked about Norris. It's a shame, man. Chuck was a good dude. He was a good dude. Rogan says, I find it hard to believe in ghosts. I mean, wouldn't there be billions of them because of all the people that died throughout history? I don't think it's like ghosts, like the way people, to me, my personal view is everything is just energy, right? Everything that ever was, is, or will be is in energetic form somewhere. Just like this video, right? When I turn off the video here in about a minute, the video will still be there. That's how I feel it is. I don't I mean, I'm sure if somebody dies in a tragic death, maybe, but I've seen some crazy shit that can only be explained by there's something that comes after we die. We'll put it that way. Oh, Guitar Co. Yeah, there's a video somewhere on YouTube with a guy that had something similar to that. And he says, you know why I have Tampa winning? Because I feel it's a little bit too soon for Montreal to be the top team in the East. Montreal and Buffalo at some point are going to meet like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Sasha puppet. We'll get Sasha a girlfriend. And when you got to his house, you're knocking on the walls in the middle of the night. Yeah. Oh, we definitely. Well, yeah, Simon. I definitely know the dogs are here. I know Leia sees the dogs because she's taking on behaviors of the dogs that used to live here. I mean, she's doing things that are exactly to the minuscule. It's weird, man. It's really weird. You know? Hey, Olechka. Yeah, I saw it. I'm not trying to avoid it, but I am getting ready to go. No, Olechka, it's just it's 105. I am getting ready to go. I didn't see Olechka, email me. How about that? How about that? Email me, because I don't even know. I don't know the context of anything about it, and I don't want to parse it here live. You know my email, flyingfluffyhockey@gmail.com. Email me, because all I have is a screenshot and I don't know anything about it. And I do gotta go, but I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring it, but I do gotta go. So email me, okay? All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. There's about a 90% chance I'm going to go live tonight about 7 on the men's channel. Just to hang out and shoot the shit. All right, since we got no hockey. So I appreciate that, Alexa. I appreciate that. So, all right, I'll post the link. If I'm going to go live, I'll post the link on the community post on this channel. So, all right, guys, appreciate y'all. Everybody have a fantastic Monday, and I'll see you. If I don't see you tonight on the men's channel, I'll see you tomorrow at